Yeah, this that entrepreneurial conversation where ideas flip the hustle into elevation. No filters, no cap, just lessons in motion. Pull up, lock in, this entrepreneurial conversation. Yeah.
And grand rising to all my investors and self out there, man. Thank y'all for coming through, tuning in to another entrepreneur conversation episode for today. And today's topic we're gonna be talking about is stop waiting for motivation. And hopefully you guys listened to the Sidebar Convo Radio show this past Friday, because that show I'm giving you a quick breakdown of what each episode going to be about every Monday. So that drops on Friday. The Convo Radio, the Sidebar Convo Radio show drops every Friday. I'm gonna try to get it in and drop it. I'm gonna try to do it and drop it on the Thursday, so it'll give y'all a lot of time to be able to jump down in the comment section any questions you have. And when I'm doing a pre-recorded full episodes on Friday night, I can answer your questions while I'm doing the show and what have you. So definitely do that. So for right now, it drops every Friday morning. So you go ahead and listen to it, man. Hopefully y'all enjoying it and what have you, and it's giving y'all understanding what each episode is going to be about each and every Monday. But other than that, guys, man, you know what time it is, man. Make sure you hit on that subscribe button, subscribe to the Invest Media channel, and also hit the notification bell so you can be notified when a new episode drop for the Entrepreneur Conversation show, and also when a new episode drop for the Sidebar Convo Radio show. Definitely hit the notification bell and hit all so you get all notifications of anything that drops new on the Invest Media channel. And definitely invest in hitting that like button, man. It's free to invest in hitting that like button. Make sure you do that, and jump down in the comment section, man, and light this comment section up. Any questions you have, any suggestions, man, leave them in the comment section. Definitely, and share this too. Also share it. And before we get started, make sure you go over to investbrand.com. That's investbrand.com. That is our motivational streetwear brand. Definitely go over there, sign up on our emailing list, spin a wheel, get you a discount. And when the official site is dropped, you can use that discount on your entire order. And if you listen to the show this past Friday, I made an announcement mid-April. I'm going to drop the new radio show, No Pressure, Just Vibes. And that's a late night radio show, unstructured, just giving you just talking about different things. And this is for my late nightpreneurs, my entrepreneurs up late, working on your grind, working on your entrepreneurial journey, just doing the things that you need to do so you can be able to jumpstart your business. And if you are already established entrepreneur and your grind starts at night, and if you are a person that own your own janitorial services, if you are on a road truck driver, got your own truck in business, or your own truck and what have you, or owner, what would you call it, the owner operator, or if you are a club promoter and you setting up for your venue, you getting ready, you need something to rock out to, listen to, get your mind right, this is going to be the place you come to, man. It's the No Pressure, Just Vibes, man. No Pressure, Just Vibes. So definitely we're going to do that. And in the near future, I want to say probably a couple months down the line, I'm going to be dropping the behind the brand, and that's for our branding side, for a motivational streetwear side, just giving you a first look of what goes on behind the scenes of the Invest brand and what have you. So definitely I'm probably gonna be bringing that probably in a couple months, so definitely do that. So that's why it's important for you to hit the notification bell, follow, subscribe to this channel, because we got some things to come in store. But other than that, man, I don't want to hold y'all too long. Because everybody time is appreciable. But like I said, today episode we're going to be talking about is stop waiting for motivation. Because if you listen to the past this past week's Sidebar Convo, you understand what motivation is, right? And what motivation is not in all to be all, right? Because you got to understand, a lot of us, we got a misconception of motivation. We think motivation going to carry us all the way through our entrepreneurial journey or our time at being an entrepreneur. And then motivation doesn't work like that, because motivation, what comes and goes depending on how you feel each and every day. So you got to understand, motivation is first thing, motivation is temporarily, right? Discipline is reliable. Let me say that again. Motivation is temporary and discipline is reliable, because like I said before, motivation comes and goes depending on how you feel at that moment, that time, or when you wake up, right? You can be happy, you can be ready and motivated to work on your business, and that can be interrupted by getting a phone call of bad news, or something happens that you see online and what have you as you were scrolling on your phone, or anything that's going to interrupt that you being motivated to working on your business. You can go from being motivated to being unmotivated depending on the circumstance of what happened, right? So discipline is more reliable, because the days that you wake up and you don't feel like you're motivated to work on your business or do anything that's going to help you as an entrepreneur, just by you being disciplined and you have a strong discipline about yourself, that's going to make you get up and push through not being motivated and getting some work done for that day, as it's going to help you grow as an entrepreneur. Is going to help you continue to push forward. It's going to help you continue to accomplish, to just knock away at achieving your goals, to possibly turn into small wins for you, right? You got, like I said before, motivation is emotion based, right? So it's based off emotions, feelings, right? Feelings that every human have feelings, right? But you got to understand, replace you cannot replace your discipline or anything else with your feelings, because at the end of the day, it's not gonna be a long run for you as an entrepreneur, or your entrepreneur while you're on your entrepreneurial journey, what have you, right? So entrepreneurship can't run off feelings, right? Because entrepreneurship is based on being consistent. You definitely have to be consistent at being an entrepreneur, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're not consistent, what's going to happen? You're going to end up getting replaced by somebody who is consistent, right? So the people who win is the people who show up every day. The people who win are the people that's there to serve the people, no matter what or how they are feeling. They there consistently, right? Because like I said in the past show, right? Yes, your business concept ideas, your designs, whatever you're doing as an entrepreneur, your services may be put together better than the ones that's already online, right? But the difference between you and the other people are they show up every day consistently, right? So they are going to be the ones that get the service. They are going to be, or their brand's going to be the one that's going to be in the front of the eyes of the people, right? So you got to understand, if you only work when you feel motivated, then you're never going to be consistent, right? You're going to always be inconsistent. And the last thing you want to do is be inconsistent. Being inconsistent, like I said before, is going to lead you to being replaced by somebody else who's willing to get up and do the work every day. You're going to be replaced by a person that have drive, passion, determination, and a person that is disciplined. So you definitely want to show up every day, no matter how you feeling, because people depend on you. People need your services. People need you as an entrepreneur, because you serve a purpose and what have you, right? And the next thing is waiting. A lot of times people fall into the thing fall into the trap of waiting, right? They want to wait for the right time, wait for the right moment, wait for the right opportunity. But I'm here to tell you guys, it's never a such thing of the right time, the right moment, or the right opportunity, right? You have to create the opportunity, right? Because opportunity is just not going to present itself. It's never going to be a time. It's never going to be a time where right time when you are ready. You have to stay ready at all times, right? Because at the end of the day, if you never feel like you are ready every time you wake up, guess what? Your business isn't going to grow, because the growing of your business depends solely on you. What work are you doing to help your business grow, right? If you're not doing the things that's going to help your business grow, you getting up every day, you prepping for your business, you learning new things that you can implement in your business, learning new skills, learning how to market your business, um, showing up, you creating posts so people can learn about your business, know who you are. So it's things that you can do to help grow your business. But if you're not willing to do them things, guess what? Your business is not going to ever grow. You're just going to have a business name, but you're just going to, that's it. All you're going to have is a business name, a business that nobody know, but you have a name. That's it, right? So if you're going to hesitate, guess what? Someone else going to be executing while you sitting there. You're not, while you sitting there, you waiting for the right time. Somebody's going to take your idea. And like I said on previous shows, it's always that time where, you know, we have that idea, and next thing you know, we sitting and we scrolling online or we watching on TV, like, you know what, I had that idea, you know, why I just didn't go for it. Guess what? Somebody else then took the idea, and now you watching them bringing it to fruition because you waited, right? Because you got to understand, waiting equals to delaying your future, right? The time is now. The time is never tomorrow, because tomorrow is never promised. Not saying anything bad, but I'm just speaking to tomorrow is never promised, far as you being an entrepreneur, right? Because somebody can easily come in and take your idea. And guess what's going to happen is now you're going to have to find another idea. You're going to have to do something else, right? Depending on the person who took your idea, if they made it to whereas they're the only ones that's doing the idea, and now it may look like now you copying off their idea. So the moral of the story is, you don't want to wait. Don't wait, because you're going to delay your future, right? And another thing is, professionalism is often disguised as procrastination, which is true, right? Because if you want the perfect fit, the perfect look, and what have you, then you're just procrastinating with yourself, right? It's just procrastination. That's it. You just disguised it up and made it look like, I'm just a perfectionist. I just want everything to be perfect. No, it's not a such thing of everything's going to be perfect. You got to jump out there. That's the point of you growing your business. As you grow, you can get the things, you can always upgrade as as your business grow and you grow as an entrepreneur, you can always upgrade. So don't focus on having all the high tech stuff, all the right stuff. Focus on making sure you have something, and you being consistent at making sure you using what you got, right? So you can be able to continue to move forward, because as like I said before, as you growing, you can be able to get the things that you want for your business. So that's very important. So guys, I got a question. How many opportunities have you already missed waiting for the right time, right? So how many opportunities do you miss waiting for the right time, right? So leave your answer to that question down in the comment section, and you look at it, and that right there should let you know, like, maybe I shouldn't be waiting no more, right? Maybe I shouldn't be waiting for the right time, right? Because when you have something in front of you, you can see it and you can visualize it and what have you, sometimes that helps people even better, because now is you seeing it up close in person and snapping you back in reality. Is like, maybe I've been waiting, maybe I did hinder myself, maybe the procrastinating that I was doing was delaying me to start as an entrepreneur, right? So when you having that, so answer that question, put it down in the comment section, and look at it, and really look at it, and now you have understanding why your business isn't growing or you're not growing as an entrepreneur. So it's very important to understand that, guys. Another thing is action creates motivation, right? Action creates motivation. You don't get motivated, then you act, right? You have to act first. Act first, because once you get out of park and you start getting up and you start doing things, that's going to build momentum. That's going to even motivate you, because as you continue to be consistent, you're going to end up seeing results, and you're going to end up doing what? You're going to start getting little small wins, and that's building momentum, and that's going to motivate you to what? You want to win. You want to get more small wins. So acting always create the things that you need to continue to move forward, continue to go on. Because understand one thing, momentum builds confidence. Once momentum, you start getting momentum behind you, right? There's no way anybody can stop you. Only person can stop you is yourself. So it's important for you to get momentum going. Once you get that ball rolling, right? Is no stopping from there, right? All the things going to start falling into your lap. It's all up to you. It starts with you. You definitely have to act, because action creates the motivation that you need to continue to go and move forward, right? Because like I said before, if you're already disciplined, passion, driven, right? You're not going to have no problem being consistent. You're not going to have no problem continue to push forward as an entrepreneur, because you got to understand, even small wins like posting, planning, reaching out creates energy. Like I talked about, broken down a little bit on this past sidebar convo radio show. You want to create the right energy around you, right? So, like I said, small wins going to create the energy that you need to continue to go on. And that's important. You want that positive energy, the energy that feels good, that energy that continue to keep you going, right? Because that's very important. Like I said, small wins, posting, waking up every day. You don't have to post 10 or 15 times a day. Long as you post, you can post once or twice a day. Long as you are posting, you getting yourself out there, you continue to, you creating momentum for yourself, right? You planning helps you stay organized, help you stay on track of what you need to do on each day or that week or that month, depending on how you set up your planning book, whatever you use to plan, right? And reaching out to somebody that's already successful as an entrepreneur, or somebody that's already been through the first phase of entrepreneurship, right? So reach out. You can reach out to a mentor, reach out to, some of these groups, entrepreneur groups out here, legit entrepreneur, groups out here, right? So you want to create that energy that's going to get you going, right? Because like I said, I'm a big person of energy. You can feel good energy versus bad energy. So if you are creating bad energy for yourself, then that's not going to help you as an entrepreneur to help you grow. It's not going to help you get going. It's not going to help you do anything but hinder you, stop you, and keep you down and what have you. So start ugly, start tired, just start, right? Start ugly, start tired, and just start. It don't matter how you start. Just start. That's the main thing. Just getting started. That's the hardest part. Just getting out of park and getting started, right? So that is the hardest part, getting started. So definitely you wanna get going for yourself. Get that momentum. Trust me, once you get that momentum going, it's no stopping. You're gonna be hungry to do more, to see more results, to see more even small wins and what have you, right? The next thing is motivation won't save you when it gets hard, right? Let me say it again. Motivation won't save you when it gets hard, right? Because business, you got to understand, business come with setbacks, slow season, and doubt, right? And like I said, let's go back. Motivation deals with what? Emotion based. So if we having setbacks, slow season, and doubts, that's going to play on what? Your feelings. So if all these things come about, right? and you an entrepreneur and these things happen to you, setbacks, slow season, and doubt set in, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be motivated. You're going to be, guess what? You're going to be more unmotivated than motivated, because now it's dealing with, is affecting your feelings, right? But if you are disciplined, if you are passionate and you are driven, right? Setbacks, slow season, and doubts is not going to stop you, because you're going to be looking to do what's best to help you with the setbacks. You're going to see what you can do to innovate your business for the slow season. What can I do? What can I add? What can I turn to more to help me get through these slow season? Then I can get back to what I want to do, right? And doubt. See, even though doubt may try to creep in, but because you are very disciplined, you very focused, you very driven, right? Doubt is not going to stop you, because you're going to get up. You can continue to push forward, because you have to get up, even though if the results is not there, you still got to get up and put your work in, right? Even though the work that you put in, you're not getting wins off of it right now, you still got to get up and chip away at whatever it is you need to get done as an entrepreneur, right? Motivation, disappeared during adversity. And it does. We all go through adversity as entrepreneurs, right? But it depends on how you handle adversity. See, a lot of us, when adversity hit, we try to run around it. We try to move around it. We try to go in the other direction. No, only way you're going to get through adversity is you going through it, running through it, and coming out the other end successful, ready to work, ready to grind, right? Adversity going to happen while you're on your entrepreneur journey, right? But when you, like I said before, if you're disciplined, you're focused, you passionate, you driven, right? Nothing, adversity is not going to is not going to be anything to you at all, right? You're going to be able to conquer it. You're going to be able to go through it, run through it, right? So motivation disappears during adversity, right? System, habits, and vision keep you going. Like I said before, if you have a system, the system means system. If you have a system around your business, right, as you've been an entrepreneur, and you have the right habits, good habits, working habits as an entrepreneur, and you have a vision, right, and you vision yourself in your future, right, to where you are successful, you are helping others out, you are providing jobs, whatever your vision is as an entrepreneur, and you see yourself as entrepreneur on the other end of the spectrum as being successful, right? However, because we all see success in a different way. We all define success, might as well say, in a different way and what have you. So that's what's going to keep you going, right? That's what's going to keep you going, because you understand, okay, I have a system that's not going to fail me. I have the right system around me. When slow days happen, slow season happen, setbacks happen, doubt tries to set in, I have the right systems put in place to be able to help me get through that and what have you, right? And the habits that I possess, right, is definitely going to help me, right? So you got to keep moving forward, man. When motivation fades, your habits take over, right? That's why you have to build the right habits. When you build the right habits for yourself, it don't matter if motivation there or not, your habits going to carry you through, right? Another thing is build systems instead of chasing feelings. Let me say it again. Build systems instead of chasing feelings, right? So basically, you going to create routines for yourself. We all know what routine is. When you create a routine for yourself, it becomes easier for you to get up every day and carry out your routine that you do each and every day, and you really don't have to think about it because it's automatically, right? So it definitely is not going to affect you. So create routines. You have your content days, you have your planning days, and you have your days that you may do outreach, outreach far as networking, reaching out to people through emails, reaching out to people door to door, visiting, setting up appointments or what have you. So that's going to help you grow as an entrepreneur. Any help, any advice, anything that you need, content days that you have scheduled. You're going to work on content, what you're going to, this is a good way for you to engage on, how much content you're going to make this day, what you need to do for as content, what kind of content you need to create and what have you. And planning days, days that you plan to work on your goals, what you need to get done for this day, far as your business. So definitely build a system. Systems are created to help a person stay on track, to know what to do, because when you're trying to work without a system, then you're going to be all over the place. Everything's going to be all over the place. So you definitely want to make sure you have a steady, good cohesive workflow going on, right? Because understand one thing, successful entrepreneurs don't rely on motivation, right? They rely on structure. Structure is the key thing. Don't rely on motivation, right? Structure is going to be the main thing. You definitely want to have structure. An entrepreneur that is structured definitely going to have a greater chance at being successful in the field of entrepreneurship. Very, very important, guys. The next thing is you got to treat it like a job before it pays you. Definitely got to treat it like a job before it pays you, right? So you got to get up, whether if you are inspired or not, you got to get up. You got to clock in mentally like it was your 9-to-5 job, right? Because if you are a full-time entrepreneur now, and if you was a worker that showed up at work every day on time, ready to work, and you produced great quality, you was a great worker, you had good working habits and what have you, you had to apply that same mindset to your business, right? Think of your business as your 9-to-5 job, right? Because it's very important, because the only person who's going to be responsible for growing this business is you. So it's very important for you to clock in mentally each and every day, showing up when you're not inspired, you're unmotivated, still showing up and you putting in the work that it needs to take your business to the next level or get it to the next level, what have you, right? So this is going to take, building structure for yourself, creating, setting hours for yourself, daily tasks, because daily tasks going to keep you motivated, going to keep you being consistent, right? So daily tasks going to keep you going, pushing forward, and possibly you're going to start seeing the results, and you're going to start creating small wins for yourself by creating daily tasks for yourself. You definitely want to continue to do that, right? And non-negotiables. Don't negotiate with yourself. Negotiate yourself out of doing something that you're supposed to have been doing that day, right? Because all that's going to do is going to work. It's going to work away from your habits, right? Your good working habits that you have already. You're going to start building bad habits for yourself by negotiating with yourself. So don't get into any negotiating with yourself, right? Non-negotiables, right? So whatever you're supposed to do that day, make sure you do it. Right? Don't talk yourself out of it, because at the end of the day, if you're going to treat this as a part-time job, guess what? It's going to pay you part-time, right? But this is your full-time job. You're building the business. So if you want this business idea that you have, or this business to pay you like a full-time employee or full-time job, you have to treat it as one, right? So it's very important to understand that, guys. But that is the episode for today. So thank y'all for coming by, man. Listen to the show for today. Hopefully y'all took something away from the show. And remember, guys, stop waiting for motivation. Motivation ain't end all to be all, right? So get out there, create action for yourself, so you can start creating momentum. Get the ball rolling so you can start seeing results, so you can start creating small wins for yourself. So it's very important. So make sure y'all subscribe to the Invest Media channel. Make sure y'all hit on the notification bell, hit all, so you can get all notifications when a new episode drop for the Sidebar Convo radio show, and also when a new episode drop for the Entrepreneur Conversation, or anything new that drops on this channel. And also hit the like button. Invest in hitting the like button. It's free to invest in hitting the like button, guys. But thank you for coming through once again, man. Another great show, guys. Thank you. I see y'all next